and I would drive through half-remembered places and forgotten times when people wore their poorly rendered faces. But I remember I was too young to drive our Ford Aerostar, so I'd stare at humongous skies and saw where bizarre planets bore storms of gold swells as we passed the same chain of four-story motels. And I nod off to the rhythm of the windshield wipers waving in the type of violent rain that reforms the coast shelf. And the rain caught inside the van's faint high beams simulated the appearance of engaged light speed. So we'd rupture through the corkscrewed stars and swirled steam to a tableau that's warped too far. It hurled me to a selection of planets that intersected at random, so we landed on one that we never meant to abandon. But the air was too toxic for our life support system, so she jumped back in the cockpit and we traveled more distance. Where the street light bulbs are bright stars, events horizon, highways where life parts. Through science fiction, doorways where time starts in the past, no matter how long the drives are. I saw the world refract beyond glass of the 94 van in an endless expanse. I saw what the galaxies there had to offer. It's the ballad of the planet hoppers. Where the street light bulbs are bright stars, event horizon, highways where life parts. Through science fiction, doorways where time starts in the past, no matter how long the drives are. I saw the world refract beyond glass of the 94 van in an endless expanse. I saw what the galaxies there had to offer. It's the ballad of the planet hawk, stationed on a celestial body, but I can't recall its name. We were studying the fauna on the arduous terrain, but when the first drops of caustic rain had sizzled through our cabin, we had to rush back to our ship and leave it till deluge of acid. We passed abandoned asteroid outposts round those cluster belts and found cold households on the path we traveled, routing somewhere else. Then we chanced upon a space station orbiting a dwarf star that acted as a safe haven, soaring through the cold dark, until the calibration sensors malfunctioned and pulled the station to a closer orbit and combusted. We were flung into the darkness that transformed into a tree line, a forest out the windows of the van that blurred on each side. Jolted in my little seat that rattled in the Aerostar. I woke to see my mom turn the van in there to park in front of a house. I was both groggy, wide-eyed as she produced a key that glinted like the starry night sky.